Hello, welcome back to another week here at Side Hustles by Soens. I'm Juan Carlos Enriquez,
And I'm Heidy Seo.
and together we are.
Sewins.
Heidi has been hosting and co-hosting since 2015. Today, she's here to explain all of the Airbnb services that Made by Soens offers. It's gonna be Airbnb consultation, space preparation, staging, which is design, furnish, and decorate, short-term rental setup and listing, co-hosting services. And now I leave the screen to our local Airbnb expert, Heidy Seo.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for another week here at Sewins. Um, we're very excited to be here. We're really pumped about talking about all the services that we offer, specifically for short term rental and also through Airbnb. So it's been quite a crazy, um, I guess, couple of weeks, I would say. And it just we started co-hosting for North Carolina, and with that came all the contract preparation, all the services that we could possibly offer. And well, I'm here today to talk a little bit about each. So what do we mean by space preparation? So mm, let me open it up because no veo, no, no me sale. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what do we mean by space preparation? And we have a couple of pictures that we wanted to show you. We're gonna go through them like as a before and after. So where do we actually start, and how we could possibly start if you have already, fixed up all the walls, and then later on gone to do an entire remodel or setup. So for space preparation, we mean that we will do like minor repairs for the premises. And, if it needs some touch up, if it needs some, if there are some holes or anything, we'll make that presentable for Airbnb. So we'll make it enough so that nothing feels like it's unfinished. And that's part of space preparation. So that's like the main, it's like the most simple thing, that if we needed to do any sort of small details, this doesn't include any sort of design, this doesn't include anything. This is just, you know what, I have a room and it's already there, and I just need you to make it pretty, not decorate, like just tidy it up and make sure that there's no holes, there's no nothing. So I want to go into that because there were a couple of things that we had to do back in North Carolina. The door of the bathroom was opening backwards, right? It was opening like outside instead of inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to talk a little bit about what you had to do, because that's part of like the space preparation. Like if it doesn't make sense for someone to use it, then we gotta fix it.
Yeah, so the door was opening towards the room instead of going into the bathroom. This is usually because, well, that's what we had. Jesus, the owner of the space, tells that the contractor couldn't find a left door, so they put a right door, and because it has to open one way, so it had to open
Outside.
out to the outside. What we did is just flipped it. There is some cutting into the door and some cutting into the molding. But once we finished, we sent it down, and what we did is cover the holes that were previously done, and the ones that we made um, with Bondo, and we just sanded it down, painted it, and like it wasn't there anymore. Just small details that cover the actually the function of the bathroom. So instead of we're because the door opened to the outside, we were losing one wall, and that's something that Heidi could tell us, because I mean that wall we later used to mount a TV. If not, we would open the door, and then I mean the doorknob or the edge of the door would smash into the screen of the TV. So therefore, we flipped it, and then it opens towards the wall, the inner wall of the bathroom, which helps us for the entire setup.
And it just makes it much easier, like the flow of the room. And actually, that was exactly the room that we already had booked all the way for 3 months. So that was the room that I was gonna have the guest stay for 3 months, and I just wanted it to make sense. So that was like, those are some of the things that we mean by space preparation. If we're able to do them, we'll do them. But if not, obviously, if you had to get, they also had to get an electrician out. We didn't have our tools, we didn't have anything out there with us. So, because we were doing it so far, usually if it's in El Paso, Texas, we're very handy. But he had to get an electrician out and everything because we also need to move. Well, not move, but like add an extra outlet for the TVs. I hate it when you see what it's like,
The
just like the
plugs.
plugs all the way from back of the TV all the way down, and then it just doesn't look aesthetic. So we always do that. He's my jack of all trades, right? So he already knows this, that he has to add the plug behind the TV so that nothing shows, and it's all set up like perfectly. So that was one of the things that we weren't there when it happened, but we left like, hey, you know what, this needs to happen. And we're so happy that we found Jesus and Jasmine, because they're so great to us. They understand, and they're on board. Like, they know that what we are recommending, it's not because, oh, this is how I am. No, it's because it's for the best. It's for the best, and it's obviously for them, right? For their house, well, for their home. So that's what we mean by space preparation. And then the following will be, what did you say?
The second point is going to be the third point, because I mean you went already for space
Oh,
preparation. You jumped from
oh, I
Airbnb
jumped Airbnb
consultation.
consult. See, that's why I need you here. You need to keep me on track. Okay, so Airbnb consultation. So let's move back a bit. So that's when it all starts, correct? With an Airbnb consultation. I do have every first Wednesday of every month here at 9 a.m. at the Union Plaza Loft venue. We do host like an Airbnb investment meetup. So if any of you are willing to come, we'll have one every month, the first Wednesday of every month. You're welcome to send me a message. If you can make it, then obviously we can set up a separate appointment. And what do we go through when it becomes like an Airbnb consultation? So it's mainly you telling me, hey, I want to join, I want to be part of this, and how can I do this? So, oh, sorry. Um, so what we do is we talk about the space that you have to offer, and then we'll do a quick run through. We can either set up a time, and if you're in El Paso, I can definitely go check it out and tell you how much you will get, approximately what we could do with the space, how many beds could we have,
How fast can you?
how fast can I turn that around. So we can do that by setting up an appointment and checking out the space. I've had a lot of people reach out to me. They don't have a space yet to put on Airbnb, but it's one of their goals. It's one of their goals to get some sort of rental property, investment property, and then make it for Airbnb, which is totally fine. So obviously that's a little step before that. I'm not a realtor, so I don't really, I'm in the same boat as all of you when trying to find new property to get and do Airbnb or rental. Um, and we just found the way to find places would be just to maybe get like a house that needs more work. Right now, it's a very seller's market. The houses that are ready to go are getting bids like too many, and it's hard to compete with that. So, what we've been trying to do is find some sort of rental in property or investment property that we can fix up, and then we can do Airbnb. So, but obviously, the Airbnb consultation would mean that you already know what you want to do or you have the space, and you need me to show you the possibilities of this space and obviously what we could get out of it. So that's one of my services. I'm happy to just do that regardless, and then and obviously go in and tell you what could possibly happen there. And then now we go into the space preparation, which is okay, you already,
Once you accept, like,
yeah, once
okay,
you accept, like, okay, yeah, we want to go ahead, we want you to do this space preparation. So we go in, we just make sure everything's fine, and that there's wall repairs, floor repairs, like whatever needs to be repaired, we'll let you know. And again, if we're able to do it, we'll do it, obviously for a charge within that space preparation. But if it's something out of our hands, maybe plumbing or gas, we don't know, right? So if there's something more, then obviously you would have to get someone out there to fix that. But that's mainly like the what goes into like the Airbnb consultation and then follow up for the space preparation. And just an example of this Airbnb consultation, I'll go into detail with the North Carolina co-hosting. Um, we set up a time to talk. Obviously, I couldn't stop by, I couldn't go. They sent me pictures of what the house looked like, and I was like, okay, I can figure this out. We talked probably for like 3 hours on the phone and just trying to like explain what Airbnb is, what we can get out of it, and knowing that he had a 3 bedroom, 3.5 bath. Each bedroom has had its own bathroom. So for me, it was just like, okay, then we can definitely do each room separately. And that's going to triple your income instead of renting the entire home.
and I wanted to add this information because once in the consultation, we have that information of your house, and then we can provide you with the best strategy to get the most out of your house. So for this property, it worked that each bathroom had
Each
each
bedroom.
room had its bathroom. So it worked like, okay, separate units, and they can have
Shared kitchen, shared
shared
living
areas.
room, like the shared common areas.
And each door for each bedroom had a different code to enter. So they had automatic lock that actually allows them only the person that is renting or the one that is doing the Airbnb to go in, but to everybody has the same area for watching their clothes, the
Kitchen,
kitchen, and
dining
the
room,
dining room, like Heidi said.
living area, patio.
But
So obviously those are shared spaces.
each area is different.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I made it. Um, well, that's what will take us to the next point then, I guess, because one thing was okay, we talked about, we figured it out. I hadn't been there. All I had was pictures. They already had ordered their furniture because their plan was already to do regular rental but furnished. So it wasn't going to be through Airbnb. It was going to be just, maybe getting a year contract or 6 months or something for each room. That was their plan already. But now with Airbnb, obviously things change. And there's some sort of extra investment that you have to make, because you have to have it ready for someone to, if they only brought their clothes, like their packing bag, then everything else has to be offered. And kitchen, there has to be utensils, cookware, pots, pans, water, um, you name it. And that's what differences between staying at a hotel or staying at a place where there's nothing that you can use. And that's the difference between Airbnb. With Airbnb, you're trying to make a home away from home, literally. It's not like a hotel that says, oh, this is comfy, blah, blah, blah. No. A home away from home means that if you know that you have in your house, um, I don't know, scissors to cut whatever sort of cooking that you do. Like those are things that you know that you have. So, or if you want to bake and you want to make cupcakes and you have that already in your house, and then obviously we'll try to have like that baking uh, cookware, or just so that you can also cook or bake in these places. But that's pretty much what it went into the Airbnb consultation. And then fast forward, um, we weren't there. So the space preparation wasn't going to be done by us initially. It was just going to be like, okay, I already told you what to do. Send me pictures. And then the third thing will be the staging, design, furnish, and decorate. Again, that wasn't going to be done by us because we're so far away. And they already had furniture that they like, the furniture was coming in, the desks were coming in, every bedroom had its own TV, and the living area had its own TV. So everything was already bought, and it was kind of like, okay, I don't need to go furniture shopping
And
with them.
sometimes there's furniture, and there's no furniture. I mean, we can work on both, starting on both areas.
So this time, like, there was furniture. So, for us, when we offer our staging services, means that I'll work around whatever you have. Either if you want to go buy new things, we'll go do that together. Or if you already have something, then we'll work around what you have. And that's why design, furnish, and decorate go all in one for that staging purposes. Because then we have like the overall design, shopping of certain items to fit the designer theme, and delivery and assembly of items ordered, right? So that was the great thing, because like they had already ordered like all the bedding and like the bed frame and everything, the desks. So obviously they had gotten a head start on all of those things so that they were already built, and we wouldn't have to, well, waste time of our time to get them built. Like we were just trying to finish up the rooms. um but let me just read you exactly what it will mean for you to hire us for staging. It's it's specific pertaining to overall design of the premises, of the house or the room, the concept or theme, which may include overall design, shopping for certain items to fit the designer theme, delivery and assembly of any items ordered, setup and staging of furniture and floor plan items, including artwork and other finishing touches. So obviously, all everything that will be bought will be by the owner, will be paid by the owner. I'm just offering my expertise as interior design to figure out how to decorate and make the space look for Airbnb quality, top 5-star reviews. So that's what we mean with the staging. And I think that was very important when we did for North Carolina. She had a lot of things that she had already gone out and bought, and she was always calling me and video calling me to see, hey, does this work, does this doesn't work. Initially I hadn't offered that service because, well, it's still their home. So I didn't know that they wanted me to help them with that. And because they had already bought the furniture, they had already bought everything. So I was like, okay, they have an idea of what they're doing. So once they actually said, you know what, we need help. We really don't know what we're doing with decorating. I was like, okay, you should have told me. I would have been happy to help you out sooner. So then we just started, she started going out on her own, just buying certain things that I would ask her, you know what, find this sort of artwork, this sort of, and I started sending her like screenshots of something that we could work with, and then if she could find something similar to those, and that's what we started doing from afar. Obviously, if you're here in El Paso, I'll be happy to go shopping with you. We can definitely find deals. And so that was one of the things. And then fast forward, we took a trip unexpectedly. We're like, okay, yeah, we have to go. We have to go because they need help. And I mean, we're there to help. So we took a trip to North Carolina. It was probably, I think it was like a week. We left a week before the check-in of that first guest. And then we got there on Saturday, all of Sunday and all of Monday. We were just working, 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 getting the spaces ready and figuring out the space. I think that was the main thing for Sunday. I remember we got there and then we started, separating everything, like cleaning here, decorations here, furniture here, whatever, towels, bedding. We just started, just organizing stuff. And then later on, I started designing the space. Okay, where are we gonna set the bed? Where are we gonna have the TV? Where are we gonna have this? Where are we gonna have that? So those things were really critical, um, especially because they had already done some things. So it was kind of like, uh, no, it doesn't go there. Let's move it. And and again, the fact that they trusted me to make these changes, like it's really great. Like it's a great feeling because I don't have to tiptoe around them. Like they were like, okay, yeah, you say it's not working, then it's not working, and we're gonna make it work. Whatever you are, advising us. So me and my husband, we were both out there, and it was just all day trying to figure out each space, and together we were moving furniture, moving the beds. Okay, and then where do you want this TV, and where can we figure this out? So we did all of that for each space, and I want to show the pictures of it. Van a estar hasta abajo. So yes, so like that one, that's the before of the master bedroom, and you could show the after. And this is the after. So it looks great. But no, like you see, like obviously they had nothing was set on stone. So they had just put the stuff there. This is the furniture that will go here. And once we figured it out, I was able to change it. So that's another room, and I think you can show the before of that room too. Yes. So it's just like, it was obviously nothing was set. Everything was just built, and that helped us a lot. So now we have this sort of decoration. I used what she had already bought. I tried to use as much as what she had already bought so that we didn't have to go and buy more stuff.
And then sometimes we have to move the bed. So instead of having them somewhere that makes sense without I guess the furniture, and then you put it like, and now with the design it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that. We moved for a certain room, like the TV, about one time, two times.
Yeah, just to figure it out how we can make it make sense. So those were like the befores and afters, and then I want to show you also. I think it will be like this is the before of the bathroom, and most like there's two bathrooms that are like this way, and then the afters. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing, oh my God. No, but it makes sense and it looks pretty and it looks aesthetic and,
It's all
it
about the details, right?
exactly. So you could see like the following. That was like the picture. Where's the other restroom? Okay, so this is the other restroom too. So, it just makes it look welcoming, clean, um, and just pretty. So that's what we
And so
were
it makes,
focusing on.
yeah, because I mean, for this house, it was the walls that were already painted, so we had to work around with the
With that
colors.
color.
Mm.
True. That was another thing that we had to do. Trying to find the right color to go with the walls. Because, well, I wanted to paint one wall, but we just didn't have enough time. And we're like, you know what? Let's not do it. It's not that we're gonna get rid of it. It was just we were gonna add some sort of feature to the wall, but we didn't have time. So, but yeah, like I just wanted to show you most of what it means by staging. Like, yes, you can have just a bathroom and the vanity and some towels, but it doesn't look as welcoming or as pretty as, okay, now you have, some sort of shelves up there.
Yeah, so this
This,
against this. So yeah, I know which one I want to choose, right?
I hope so. So, but that's what I mean. And that's what we mean by staging. And then, well, this picture is actually the perfect picture for our staging. This is the final result of what it will look like every time that there's a guest. You have the towels, you have the bedding done, and then you have that extra um, cover, and then that basket that you see right in the middle, that's our forget something basket. And we've been implementing that for a while now, just to save you that run to the drugstore, or if you forgot, maybe, I don't know, shaving cream
And
or.
this one is a guaranteed to have a 5-star review, pretty much.
Yes, it is. So we're very happy about that. But yeah, so that was what it means by staging. Now let's move forward to the setup and listing. What do we mean by setup and listing? Okay, setup and listing, we mean Airbnb. That's what it means. When you set it up, now we added that forget basket. Now we added those towels on top of the bed. Now we added, at the desk we added some paper, we added some notepads, some sticky notes. That's what it means to set it up. It's set up for Airbnb. It's set up for short-term rental. It's set up for guests that are coming to stay, not forever, just for a short term. And that's what it means for them to be able to be there. And if they just brought their luggage, they're good to go, because there's going to be shampoo, there's going to be body wash, there's going to be conditioner, there's going to be extra toothpaste, there's going to be extra toothbrushes, there's going to be, cotton swabs, whatever it is, there's going to be. And that's very important, because what you feel that you forgot, it's just like a luxury hotel. You can call and, hey, do you have extra toothbrush? And they offer those things to you. Obviously, we're not on call and we're not a concierge service, but that's what we do that for, just so that it's already there, and it's there, that that it's for you, for the guests, for them to use it. So setup, it's more than just decorating. Setup means having all the cookware there, having all utensils and plates and water bottles inside the fridge, and making sure it makes ice, and making sure that there's drinkable water. All of those small details, having a fruit basket for them to, when they come in and they haven't eaten all day, they took a while to get from the airport in, and you know what, but there's some welcome basket, or there's some fruit there that I can just eat it quickly while I unpack, or while I do this. So that's what I mean by setup, creating this welcoming package for the guest. And by listing, well, that's exactly it. How can I put it up on Airbnb? And I only focus on Airbnb. If you want to put it up in other OTA,
Platforms.
other travel agencies, I'm not your girl to do that. I've tried them. I don't like them. I've tried Verbo. I tried Booking.com. I've tried Expedia. It's just not my jam. So nothing wrong. It's just I don't like them. I prefer Airbnb, so that's where I stick to. But that's what I mean by the setup and the listing. So when you get the listing done, it's not just, oh, it's up and running. No, you have to do a description about the entire home. What is it that the guests are coming into? And then the pictures, right? We always hope we can get a photographer, but if not, then we have to figure out a way to get those pictures up. And that's what I did. I mean, those pictures that you saw were taken by my iPhone. They're not professional because I'm not a professional photographer, but they're great.
But the phone is professional.
phone the phone's great. So those pictures were taken with my phone. So and then we create and we upload all the content of the premises of the home into all of those platforms per se, but I only do it for
Airbnb.
Airbnb. um and then so that's what we mean with the setup and listing.
And let me tell you, I mean, she's not talking enough about the listing because listing is a lot of work. The listing is a detailed description of the the room, the area, how you're gonna check in, how you're gonna get there. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of pictures, and it is like anything in this industry. It is keen on
Detail.
details. So it is a lot of description, and it's not like a paragraph. It's not two paragraphs. It's a hefty
Bible.
Bible. Yeah. So and it's not because people read it, but it is the algorithm that actually propels the listing upwards. Because if you have more description, Airbnb is gonna okay. So
The
this
SEO.
yeah the search engine optimization within Airbnb algorithm is gonna push the listing up because there's more details. So it helps to have someone that has experience to make that listing. You can do it by yourself, but just make sure that you do your homework, you do the right, you put the right stuff in, and make sure that the check-in instructions are clear.
Hmm. And I think that's pretty much like the main thing. And thank you for that because, yeah, I think I'm just so used to doing them that I don't realize how much work. But obviously, I'm there until 2 a.m. Figuring out how can I describe this. And I remember asking Jesus and Jasmine. I was like, hey, can you please send me? Because we hadn't been there, right? So I was like, can you please send me a video? Like I need a walkthrough video so I can feel like I'm there. And they wouldn't send it and they wouldn't send it. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, it's because the stuff hasn't gotten here. And I'm like, I don't need the stuff. I just need to see the home because you send me pictures, but I don't know what I'm walking into because I don't know the home. So, anyways, they didn't never send me that video because we ended up going over there. And then afterwards, that's when I did the listing and the description all by myself because now I had a feeling of it. I knew what was going on, and I was able to describe that into good detail. But yeah, like it's just hard sometimes because if you show me pictures like I do right now, I'm showing you pictures, but you have no idea where is what's next to it. What are you looking out through the window? What are you next to? Are there anything going on? So it's hard when you just see pictures, but that's why I usually ask for a video
And
walkthrough.
it's not enough to actually have the video, but I mean, you have to be there to have that experience. While we're actually making the staging,
We're sleeping there.
yeah, we're sleeping there, so we know about the sounds. I mean, how much traffic there is, about the neighbors, and because it was on one side of the duplex, so we know. I mean, the other side, it's they like to wake up with music. I guess they take a shower listening to music, pretty loud. So it is something that you have to include in the details. And I mean, Uh, my wife makes a great uh, work,
Mhm.
makes great work at doing that.
Thank you, thank you. So, what's the next one?
Co-hosting services.
Okay. Well, I think we've talked about all of like co-hosting relating to getting it there. But again, those services that we just talked to, you don't even have to hire me as a co-host afterwards.
And
So
there's another
that's
thing
what it's
that
before.
my wife likes to do is that she doesn't do them in order. So she
Mhm.
does maybe the listing first, then the staging, and then we're running around like headless chickens, trying to get everything together for the day that
We have a
they
check-in.
gonna have a chicken. Yes, we have a chicken.
Well, because I've always done that, and if you wait for it to be perfect, it's never gonna be perfect. And I feel that's something I've catched on pretty quickly. Um, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's never gonna be perfect. But you just have to do it. And I think when you do it, that's what forces you to make it like the most perfect you can.
And this is a principle. I don't know if you heard the it's not Pareto. It is Alzheimer principle.
Alzheimer?
Yeah, or is it?
Alzheimer,
I don't
like
remember if it's
the.
Pareto's principle. It's Pareto principle. It's the 2080, but there's this law. There's this principle in which you allow a certain task to have more time. You're gonna
Take the time.
take that time to finish that task. If you set up shorter amount of like leeway to make that task done, you're gonna accomplish in less time because you allow that just a little bit of time. So if you give it time, you're gonna take time. If you leave it just a short amount of time, you're gonna do it. So that's a great thing to have, that push, that deadline.
It is. It makes you go like super fast. So, okay, so what do we mean by co-hosting services? And I'll read this to you and then I'll go into more examples. But by co-hosting, we handle all the aspects of the listing. So we will be the point of contact on Airbnb. We will be the person to answer any messages, any inquiries, any guest information, anything coming from the guests. We will be the one to take care of that. So we would also be the person. Um, well, we usually use some sort of external apps to help us with the canned responses of the guests. So we're very quick to respond. We're always there. If something is happening at 2 a.m., we're gonna be the person that they're gonna call. We're gonna be the person to answer at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. if there's an issue with the checking in, if they can't check in, if the door's not opening. Obviously, because we're not there in North Carolina, it's a little bit different. So if they were to call me, I have to call the owners because I'm not there. I can't jump on a flight right and get there. But that's one of the things that we agreed upon. Um, but usually here in El Paso, we take care of everything. So if an issue is going on, if the AC is not working, if we'll be the ones dropping off the portable fan, we'll be the ones dropping up the heater if it's needed. We'll be the ones going or sending some of our staff to help you open the door for you, or help you figure out how to use the refrigerator, or help you figure out how to um, just how to do anything that you have a question. So that's what we do. Um, and what's the following? We will be the one interacting through all the platforms. We'll be the ones to handle any tenant requests, messages, comments, inquiries, complaints, etc. Resolving any disputes with the insurance, with Airbnb insurance, with any sort of extra fees that we would have to take care of. That's what we would be doing. And then we'll be the ones mainly interacting as customer support and disputing any sort of resolution aspect. And then we also handle all of the tenants' emergencies, right? Like I mentioned right now, the lockouts, the maintenance, supplies. If there's anything that they need, we'll handle that. And then we'll also do the reviews, the responses for those guests. We'll coordinate with the turnover staff, the cleaning crews, and other service providers for the house as needed. What do we mean by turnover staff? That's usually our inspection. So you turn over something, it's like it was the guest just left, and then it's a turnover. So one you need to clean. So obviously that's like the cleaning crew. Then second, you need to stage it, just like I left it for the pictures. So that's the turnover. So we have to make sure that the TV control exactly where it was, that the notepads are exactly like I left them, that there's a pen there, that there's pencils there. So all of those things, like you have to make sure that they're back in there, and that's why we have our lists, our systems that we already made for this specifically and for that home specifically. And then obviously here for North Carolina, we do have a cleaning crew. Well, not crew, but a cleaning staff. And then my turnover will be Jasmine. And I told her since the beginning, you're not there to clean, you're there to make sure that they did their job and that everything is like it should have been. Because obviously the owners are the ones paying the cleaning, so even though I'm the one scheduling the cleaning from all the way out here, they still need to make sure that the job is getting done. And the same thing will be if they get an electrician there, if they get a plumber, if they get an AC guy, they all have to make sure that, hey, yeah, I got him to go, but you had to make sure that the job was done what we needed it to be done for. And the perfect example will be right now when something happened with the washer. It was beeping, and I get a call from the guest. She's like, "I'm so sorry. I keep bugging you, but the washer's beeping. It's not working." So see, this is what comes with experience. So I was like, "Okay," and then she's like, "Yeah, and the dryer's not turning on." And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then we're talking and we're chatting, and I'm telling her this, that, blah, 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 and we just keep talking about other stuff. And then once she's like, okay, thank you, and then yeah, and I told her, you know what, just unplug everything so the beeping stops and it's not so,
Annoying.
annoying. So then she goes, right, we hang up, and then she goes in and she's gonna she's gonna unplug it, and then she calls me back. She's like, hey, the beeping stopped and the dryer is on. So I don't know what happened, but while we were chatting on the phone, everything just went back to normal. And I was like, that's so weird. I was like, you know what? It's not going to be a washer and dryer problem. This is actually going to be an electricity problem. So let me get an electricity guy to go check this out. And don't worry, we'll figure it out. But thank you for letting me know. And so I tell the owners, hey, you know what? This happened. And I think it's an electricity problem. Maybe it's like the 220, the breaker, and because usually the dryer needs the 220, and so they get an electrician out there. And I remember I told my husband, see, I told him, I was like, hey, this happened. And then he's like, maybe it's the lights went out. That's what happened. I don't think it's the 220. Maybe just the lights went out. And I was like, oh, well, maybe you're right. Maybe because it was like super bad weather. And I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. But anyway, so I told them they still got the electrician out there. And turns out it was the 220. It was the breaker that was faulty. And it was like it was just like old maybe. So they had to switch the breaker. And I was like, am I a witch or what? I'm not even there. I don't even know the home. Like I didn't even make the home because when we remodel, we know exactly what it is, what is. But there, I mean, I wasn't even there for that. So that was already done before I got there. But just the fact of me figuring it out, and even though I'm not there, even though I'm not familiar with everything that happened, I was just like, no, it has to be something like that. So, when she sends me the picture of the breaker, she's like, this is what happened. So we had to change this. And I was like, oh my God, like that's so crazy. I got it right on the first try.
Without being there. And
Without
it
being
wasn't
there.
her house.
Yeah, it wasn't my house. So, but yeah, and that's what she mentioned me. She's like, you know what, it's your experience. Like that's what comes with experience, that you actually know what what could possibly be the problem. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like I'm actually getting pretty good at this then. But yeah, that's what we mean with like co-hosting. um that obviously I'm going to be the point of contact for any sort of guest. They're going to call me. I'm going to make sure that I answer the phone. I'm going to make sure I get it fixed for them. And then just having you on board as an owner, then we just work things out together. And for me, it's a little difficult because it's far away. But here in El Paso, we just take care of everything. I already have my plumbing guy. I already have my AC guy. I already have my electrician guy. My electrician is right here. My AC, like everything, I already have a guy for that to call. And that's very important because we already have our team, that we, even though they don't work for me directly, they've been very good to me, that they know the sort of business I'm in. Every time I need some sort of AC problem, I call my guy and he just makes it work. Even if he doesn't have time, he's like, you know what? I can't go there right now. I'll go there tomorrow for sure. Like I get a quick turnover from them. And I think that's so important because I don't have the, I guess, the flexibility of just telling them, hey, wait, because they're paying good money to stay here. So for me, it's kind of like, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. So,
And sometimes it's because in the middle of the night, okay, so the AC is not working, so we have to come down with a portable refrigeration system that it just plugs in to the outlet, and then it has the hot air go out the window, and that's our backup. So, but we do that within the first hour that we had
mhm,
received the call. So if there's in the middle of the night, their AC is not working, so we have a backup plan until the guy comes the next day. So
mhm,
that's the good thing that helps us out every time because no system is reliable. I mean, ACs are gonna fail sometime, and either in winter or it's gonna be on
the
summer.
heater.
Yeah, the heat here in El Paso is one of the worst, and not even well. Arizona, I think, is just Phoenix is
Wars.
worse, but here is dry as and I mean, if you're inside of a home, it's hard to handle it.
Yeah, if it's hot, it's hard to survive in here in El Paso because it's so damn hot. But anyways, so that's like the good thing. And then before we go, I want to show you some of the pictures that we've done. So let's start from the top, and then so this is gonna be the after. I put them backwards. But so this is the after, and this is all the things that we could possibly do. So we can take it from there.
Okay, so this one was
Yeah.
before.
So we
Looking from the opposite side of the other picture.
so this is the before. So we can take your home. This is, and I just wanted to show this because we can take your home looking like this to looking like this, or the other one, like this, right? So we do a lot of things for that. And then the following picture will be also the before and after. That's the kitchen.
That's tile over the kitchen. So that's a pretty old design. Um, and it was a pain to remove it all because it was so it was cement. It was Duroc over the countertops, and then we have to remove the mortar from the tiles. And then the worst thing is that the cabinets were built into the house, so not even our demolition hammer was able to knock them down. So we had to be two guys to remove parts of the frame, and then the walls were finished, so we have to refinish those walls. But I mean, that's something that we do, and that design had a like a wall where the island was, so we removed that wall and we put on an island because my wife said that is
the way to go.
the way to go.
So, but then I have more. I think I have like this, right? The before
The
of
kitchen.
this, and then the after. Oh, there. So we can take pretty much any sort of home, any sort of design, and we can make it, for you what you need it to be. And I think that's just, and I think that's what's so important. Um, but yeah, so let's recap really quickly before I go.
Yes, so today we talked about our services, and that's Airbnb consultation, which is Heidi spending time with you and telling you what are your options on your space, and then space preparation, where we fixed a little bit things that help us for the next stage, which is staging, design, furnish, and decorate, where Heidi goes with you shopping. And
That's a
then
perfect. This is a perfect description.
short-term rental setup and listing. This is where we do the writing, we do the description, and we do the first reviews too. And for the next one is co-hosting services. Co-hosting services. This is an ongoing service that helps out with the communication, the
And the
problems,
maintaining
the
of the
maintaining of the
space and the
space.
cleaning and just getting every guest to feel like it's the first guest that they're staying there. So that's the main point of having a great co-host. Means you have great communication and your guests feel heard and your guests feel special, and that I can put all my knowledge and experience and make it perfect for your home. So I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yes, and for a side note, these steps they don't have to be in order, like we said, and we can work with you in any type of area that you're located or would you need help with. There's different prices. There's different times that we can allocate to help you out. We don't take a lot of reservations at the same time, so we can take
Focus on you.
focus on your time and your space. So please contact us if you have any questions. So we're located.
You
if you
can
want
find
to,
us
you can find us on Instagram by Made by Tones. We also have our
EP Texas
Texas
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
That's mainly for the consultation. So you can always reach out to me there. You can see what we do, the meetup that I mentioned earlier today, which is every first Wednesday of every month here at the Union Plaza Loft venue at 9 a.m. And obviously, if you can't make it then, you can always send me a message and we can set up a time, an appointment to meet to go over what sort of idea you have for yourself and to join the SRT community.
And then Heidi has her email, Heidi@soans.com, and our page where we stock this information. We have our blog and
You'll
some
find the
transcript.
services there too later on.
Yes,
It's not done, but it'll be there soon.
but the link is already up. So it is in the bottom of these contents and the description of this video, either on YouTube or Facebook, this live. So there's the link already there. Maybe there's a 404 page, but right now it is ready for the content to upload. Probably tomorrow I'll do that. And this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a rating if you like this content, a like, share us with your friends. That helps us out tremendously, keeping and providing good content out. Again, Heidi, it's the Airbnb expert here in El Paso, and we're here to help.
So thank you so much for being with us another week here at Side Hustles by Soins. We'll see you next week at 10 a.m. every Friday. Bye bye.
Bye.